Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this training video. I'm going to be covering a topic that I find really interesting, and hopefully you do as well. And it's something that is almost like folklore in the trading industry, and a lot of people have never even heard of this before, that there are certain times in a day when the market pauses, pulls back, or reverses, and you can usually predict these times within about, give or take, 2 or 3 minutes on either side. So we're going to be looking at what these times are, but please remember these times are not exact, and I'll show you some charts where I've marked the times up, but a good general guide. And so if you're trading or about to enter a trade, say a counter trend trade, and you have one of these times arise, you may want to be more cautious. Now, for my students and clients, I'll be emailing you out one of the charts that I'll be showing you in a moment, which has all of the times actually typed up for you for ease. Now, understanding the risk, of course, as I have to put up on every video or every recording, every training session, the risk disclaimer. If you haven't read one of my disclaimers, please do. And you may wish to go to full screen, because in a moment I'm going to be showing you some charts and we'll be looking at the times which I've put up on the slide here. So bottom right hand corner will allow you to go to full screen. So what are the estimated time of day turns and reversals? Now, I've taken these from my own experience over the years, over 23 years, but also looking at what some of the experts in the industry have to say about this. Now, what is really surprising is actually very little written about time of day turns or reversals, yet it can have a major impact on your trading. Now, let me say this from the outset, that for the newer traders, you can say, oh, here we go, we've got just another thing to keep track of. Well, because most of the turns are every 15, 30 minutes to 60 minutes, you just have them down on your checklist in front of you and just simply put a vertical line on your chart when these appear. I don't always put them up. I have been recently, because of some one-to-one training and some institutional work I've been doing. I've been putting them on my own charts, but you don't need to have these. However, it's just another tool in your arsenal that you can use. So this is the main New York session. I'm sorry for our European colleagues, I don't have turn points for the European market, so this is really the New York session. On Eastern Standard Time. So at 9:35 a.m. the market's been open 5 minutes, and usually there's a turn, and most of you have heard me say this before. The first 20 minutes of the market is quite often what I call the killing field. That is where the amateurs lose their money and the professionals take your money, and you'll notice usually there's 2 or 3 turning times, all within about a 35-40 minute time frame. So you've got them there. You might want to type these up. If you're a non-student, you can write these down and maybe type them up. For my students, you'll be receiving the Word document with these on it today. Now, just before we go to the charts and look at these, if you're not already a member, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All of this and a whole lot more. I cover the 12 of the world's best. Let me get this right. It's been a long trading night again. It's early afternoon down here in Australia, but I cover 12 of the world's best day trading strategies. The testimonials, if I was to read them out now, you probably wouldn't even believe them. They're that good, really. I've just been getting incredible results from my students. You've probably seen some of my videos. I've now got over 150 videos on YouTube. My course is over 20 hours. So go to my website. You'll be able to download a brochure on it, or drop me an email. And this is really important. If you've got any questions after watching this video, you can drop me an email at trader@imadaytrader.com. And of course, for clients or potential students or clients, I'm willing to give you a 20-minute Skype call if you haven't already purchased my program. So let's now go and have a look at some charts. Now, for ease, if you want to go and reference this, this is Thursday, this is in US time. Okay, it's actually Friday down here down under, but this is Thursday the 12th of the 11th 2015. So this is in USA time, so it's December the 11th, and we're looking at the ES 1000 volume. So I just want to show you a couple of things here. So first of all, one of the times is the turn at 9:35, and you can see here at 9:35 we actually had a bounce off the 89, and we actually call this an 89B anyway. You can see here we had a nice bounce at 9:35. Another predicted trading time here was 9:42. In actual fact, you had a major turn at 3 minutes later at 9:45. Now, for my students of the fast track program, you'll recognize a lot of the trade setups that we've got here, and so some of these you may have gone short here and you actually had divergence. It's a counter trend trade. Of course, your major move was 3 minutes later. So you 9:35, 9:42, we travel along, then at 9:52 we had quite a move. 10:06, within a couple of seconds, what have we got there? 10:06:16. You can see you had a nice reversal. Now, by the way, traders, this may not look like much of a reversal, but in actual fact there's a couple of points in each of these. Okay, so you've got a good 2 points there, which is $100 per contract, $100. So you go back and start to have a look at these. $100, $100 on that one, 100 on that one. It soon starts to add up. Likewise, trading with it there, you've got a nice move on the 1020. Have a look at the 1030 move. Okay, you've got a fantastic move there. Then to the long side, you can see we popped up, popped back down again, tested the low, then we moved back up on the 1015 move. Okay, the 1045, that was straight after a T20. That pulled back, then you had a really nice T21 trade. Of course, that was a fantastic move. Look at the 12 o'clock move. The 12 o'clock was at 12:58 the market started to turn. Then that's exactly 12, and bang, down it went. If we look at the 12:45, okay, a little bit of a move up here. The 1 o'clock move, within let's see, 2 minutes, bang, it reversed and went on its merry way. So you can see here it can be within a couple of minutes. Now look at the 1:30 turn, spot on, bang. Okay, the 2 o'clock move. Now that's 2, then exactly 201.20 and 201.48. We had a typical pullback, 89.34B, and look at the market run. 245, not so sexy, but you did have a bit of a reversal here. 220, it was another couple of minutes, so you had a double bottom at 3 minutes later. The 230 move, right at the peak there, you can see the 230 then fell away. That was a nice move. And then you've got the 3 o'clock move. And the 352, by the way, John Carter writes about this in his book, Mastering the Trade. I don't generally trade within that time period. Come 3 o'clock, that's it for me. So traders, trading the market turns, there is potential. Now let me go back to what I was saying earlier. It's a tool, and you've got to use it as a tool. It is another thing. Do you have to track it? Well, no, not really, but it can definitely help your trading results. Now there is one thing on time of day as well, of course, which is the dead zone. Sorry, let me say that again. I may not have sounded correctly. The dead zone. The dead zone, of course, is during lunchtime and other periods where the market can absolutely die and it can get very, very choppy. Now for scalpers, you'll see here, and they say that it really kicks on from about 11 onwards. You can see here for my students there's still some fantastic trades. So it really depends on how you're trading. Like look at all these trades here, bang, bang, bang. We've still got some great opportunities even during the lunchtime periods. However, you can be chopped, and what we really love to see is these nice long trends. Now your T20s during this period, you can get chopped up on your T20s, as you can see there, unless you're just trading with the 34 trend. So traders, let's just go back to the slides here for a moment. And so you've got the time of day reversals. So those were all marked up on the charts there. Students, I'm going to send this through to you. Remember, it's a tool. It can be a very useful tool, as it'll pay you to start to mark them up. Now if you find you're already overwhelmed, already very busy, don't worry about it, because the signals, your T1s, your T2s, your T25s, your 34 bounces, all of those setups pick and will signal most of these turns anyway. Very important you know that. So you pick up nearly all of these turns, and the confirmation of these turns will be the fast track setups and strategies. That's what confirms all of these. Because how do you know you got to run? You're going by our strategies anyway. So it's a tool. So to find out more about the strategies, you can go to my website. Please drop me an email, or even better still, for your own career, if you're serious about your trading career, invest in the Day Traders Fast Track program. Thank you traders. See you on the next video.